2016 is a very important year. It's the 400th anniversary of the death of William Shakespeare here in Stratford-upon-Avon, and we're marking it with a very special programme. We're kicking off the year with King and Country, which is a cycle of Shakespeare's 4 great history plays. At the Barbican in January, we'll put the cycle together for the very first time. We're taking Henry IV and Henry V to China. It's the first time the RSC have visited China with productions from our main repertoire. We then take the entire cycle to the Brooklyn Academy of Music in New York. Our flagship production for 2016 is a very special production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's directed by my deputy artistic director, Erica Wyman. It's going to go touring around the regions of the UK, and in each of the regions, Bottom and the Rude Mechanicals will be played by a group of local amateur actors. Meanwhile, Titania's Fairies will be played by local primary school children. Then, at Midsummer, each of the groups gets the opportunity to come here to Stratford to play on the stage of the Royal Shakespeare Theatre. We open our season on the Royal Shakespeare Theatre stage with Hamlet. And who is Hamlet? Everybody's asking. It's a great young actor called Papa Essiedu. You may not have heard of him yet, but you soon will. I'm very excited that he is going to be directed by Simon Godwin, who directed Two Gentlemen of Verona for us last year. Then a bit of a rarity. Melly Still directs Cymbeline. That is followed by another of Shakespeare's plays about the ancient kings of Britain, King Lear. I'm directing that, and Anthony Sher returns to play King Lear. On the same date that Shakespeare died, the 23rd of April, 1616, another great writer died, Miguel de Cervantes, who wrote Don Quixote. We're going to mark that extraordinary coincidence by mounting a new production of Don Quixote in a new adaptation by James Fenton, directed by Angus Jackson. But perhaps a more important event than the death of William Shakespeare in 1616 was the fact that Ben Jonson, his rival playwright, produced his first folio of plays. It was the first time that a playwright, and Ben Jonson invented the very word playwright, it was the first time that a playwright had chosen to produce his plays in a single volume. So perhaps it's a significant event that we should be celebrating Ben Jonson's first folio in 2016, 400 years after its first publication. And in order to do that, we are presenting the second of our season of his comedies after Trevor Nunn's production of Volpone with Henry Goodman this year. We're following that up with Polly Finlay directing The Alchemist, his fantastic farce. And starting the season with another of Shakespeare's great contemporaries, Christopher Marlowe, we're going to be presenting perhaps his most famous play, Dr. Faustus, directed by Maria Arberg. But there's so much else happening in Stratford-upon-Avon apart from the work on our main stages and in the Swan, because we're really delighted to be reopening the Other Place Theatre, known occasionally as TOP. Erica Wyman, who is our new director of the TOP, is putting together a programme of new work, establishing a series of research and development programmes, and engaging with the University of Birmingham on a programme with them. And perhaps the final bit of our redevelopment programme over the last few years, we're finally reopening the Swan Wing and have redeveloped the whole of that wing of the theatre, of the old 1879 theatre, to house an exhibition to broaden our appeal to families and to a wider audience who may not have yet been tempted through the doors into the theatre, but want to know a bit about Shakespeare, about how Shakespeare's done, about how we make Shakespeare plays. So that new exhibition will be opening in the middle of 2016. And to close the year, we have a very special production, but my lips are sealed. I've been told I cannot tell you yet, but watch this space. We are going to finish Shakespeare's great Jubilee year with a very special production.